So I've been thinking about doing some more long form YouTube content lately. And I figure I'm sitting here driving, talking to myself anyway, or working out, talking to myself anyway. So I might as well just record it and see what happens. So listeners or listener, um, here it is. First YouTube long form ramble. Um, and just a note on that, like I was procrastinating for a little bit. Cause I was like, what should I say? And should it be perfect? And I realized that like probably it's going to be bad, right? Like by future standards, by my, um, assumed future standards, this is going to be bad, right? And I think that's a sign of growth. If you look back and, see that all your stuff is shit, then that means you've grown a little bit, right? So I just assume that this is going to be bad, even though I'm not trying for it to be bad. I just accept that it will be viewed as bad in the future. And so I'm not going to stress too much. And that's really, by the way, how any skill is developed. You just kind of throw shit at the wall and, see what sticks, and whatever sticks, just double down on it. So here it is. First YouTube. Let's get it. So the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about, was something that's been, coming up in conversations the last couple of weeks, amongst some of my kind of close circles, close circle of friends. And we're just talking about how, when you've been training martial arts or combat sports, for a while, there's this natural progression, from like kind of student to teacher, teacher. I say teacher in quotes because I'm, I'm a newly baptized acolyte into this whole, ecological thing. And so, the word teach, uh, the fact that I'm teaching anything, I kind of reject that idea. I just kind of set up the practice and kind of see what happens, see what emerges if I want to use the jargon. But anyway, but you naturally gravitate to this place from student to teacher. And during that journey, there's this propensity or proclivity to kind of like let less experienced people kind of work a little bit, like, and what that means is, you're giving up positions and you're letting them kind of get the better of you intentionally and kind of letting them work out of stuff and giving up submissions and all that. And the idea is really like well-meaning. It's like, I want this person to understand, how to do whatever XYZ. And so I'm going to kind of let them feel that out. And so we let them work. And a lot of times, I know I'll speak for myself. I mean, I did this for about over a year, just letting people work. I pretty much spent, my fourth and final year of brown belt, just kind of like letting people use me as a fucking grappling dummy. Um, and, um, here's what I've kind of realized. It's like, I don't do that anymore. I have a friend who I train with. He's been a black belt as long as I've been training. And, I remember him saying one time, he's like, I don't let people work. He's like, I'm the final boss at the end of a video game. The final boss doesn't let you work. And, I remember just thinking like, fuck yeah, like that is a good mindset. But for some reason I forgot it when it became my turn. And, I realized something lately, you know what I mean? And as I generally realize things, usually through, trying to force something that doesn't work, for a long time. And so, I learned that, I'm not helping anybody by letting them work. Definitely not helping myself. My game, suffered dramatically. Like my reaction times slowed down. My conditioning decreased. Um, you know, I just, as my students got better, they're just getting the better of me because I'm just, slow on the draw. They're like catching me with shit that I showed them. You know what I mean? It's like a whole, this whole thing. And that's fine. Good. I think the hallmark of a good coach is, to basically make it so that, your students don't need you anymore. The same thing for a coach or a trainer. You want to do your job so well that your clients don't need you anymore. You kind of work yourself out of a job. Not the best business model, but if you're really about this shit, that's your goal. So anyway, so I knew that. I knew it was bad for me, but, maybe that was a sacrifice I was willing to make. But then I kind of realized, just a very real truth that it's not helping the students either. Giving your students fake looks, like letting them kind of get to positions that they probably would never have gotten to, had you not let them, is not developing their skills. We develop skills through, real live representative, pieces of the game. Like that's where all of your skills have developed in anything. It's actually getting out there and doing the thing, so I'm not helping them. I'm not helping them by letting them work. Okay. And so I stopped doing that. I don't let people work anymore. Now, does this mean that I'm, fucking, taking the free trial class guy's head home with me? No, of course not. We're not going to be bullies, and we're not going to be, um, overly aggressive to not let people work. So what I do is I just modify the speed at which I do things. Okay. So I am still in the driver's seat. Okay. I'm driving this fucking bus. Okay. Um, and the stops that I make along the way, I'm going to give you ample time to either stay on the bus or get off the bus. And that's entirely up to you. Okay. But my job as a coach is to ensure that you develop skills, and I'm not helping you if I am just kind of letting you work, because that's just the artificial sense of accomplishment. And so, I'm not letting you work. The speed at which I transition from one piece to the next, or the intensity at which I do something is going to be modified. However, I'm still in the driver's seat. And so, maybe we could argue that that is still letting them work. I don't know, but it's definitely not like giving up positions and giving up, submissions, or, letting them, tag you with, some bullshit combination because, whatever, you just want to be a nice guy. So I stopped doing that. And then what happens is, like, when they catch you for real, then they know they caught you for real, and they do catch you for real, by the way, you know? And now everybody's getting better, because now me, I have to react to that. Because don't forget, we all got into martial arts and combat sports because we love it. We love to train, right? And so don't sacrifice that love, um, for this kind of like just wanting to be a nice guy when it's not really helping anybody. You can still be a really great training partner and a really great coach, while still giving your students and the people, with less experience, a really great, experience on the mats. Anyway, so I think that's all I got. Listener or listeners, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, you might need a new hobby, but